Good morning, everybody. This is Richard back at you. I can't get Annie out of the golf cart. She thinks we're going cruising. Are you ready to go cruising? Huh? How about let's tear this core down first before we go cruising? Come on. Come on. See if we can get her out of there. She probably won't get out. Anytime I mention golf cart, she's ready to go cruising. Well, guys, we got Miss Teresa on the camera, of course, the best. And what we've done is we bought a bunch of cores. Wintertime's coming, so we want to get all these cores tore down and get them ready to put on the shelves out in the other building, because you just never know what you're going to need when weather, you can't get parts in because of snow, bad weather and stuff like that. You can always go out and find something to repair these units when you got all these cores. So Annie, hey, you got out, huh? She's so awesome, guys. She is something special. Well, let's get this apart real quick. This is a 2-wheel drive unit here. Fluid looks kind of dark. Kind of has a funny little smell on it.
Yeah.
Well, what I like about cores is this is just a vent tube here. Goes on here, goes up here, vents out pressure, heat and stuff like that, and then this goes out like this and drips on the ground if it does have an issue. Also, the 4-wheel drive ones look like this. This will actually hook onto the transfer case. So what's cool about cores is this is stuff you get that you can't buy. Customers' cars comes in with it missing, you have it to put on the vehicle for them. Instead of going out to the wrecking yard and trying to find it or trying to fab something up. So
You know, things are really hard to find.
really hard to find. And the wrecking yards around here now, they're so strict on you going out there and looking at stuff and trying to, I mean, they want to check your bags, they want to check all, I mean, everything. It's really terrible. I don't even like to go anymore. It's embarrassing. So
Yeah, nowadays, though, you just can't trust anybody.
no, you can't really. I mean, but getting checked, you know, a couple times, you know, check your bag going in, check your bag going out. It's just not worth it to me. Got our lock-up O-ring here. We're hoping to get some good parts out of these. Some planets and stuff like that would be really nice. Any fluid in there, Teresa?
Didn't look like there was.
Didn't look like it.
Dirt.
What I like about the later versions, they have a lot better servo here to apply your band. It's almost one step closer to a Corvette servo. The diameter of this piston shrinks, and you get more surface area here to physically apply the band. I don't have one to show you, but they make the Corvette servo, they make this one, and then they make another one. This piston center hole is bigger. So I'm probably going to take this one and put it in my 4-wheel drive truck here instead of putting a Corvette servo in there. I didn't want that extreme in there, but I do like using these a lot in the earlier versions. So 700s and stuff like that.
Ooh, yeah, that fluid is nasty.
Looks a little sweet, doesn't it, Teresa?
So you got your work shoes on.
Yes, I didn't want to get in trouble again. Been walking on concrete so long that I don't have the best feet in the world, let me tell you. I pretty much lived on a bench for 40 years, so you could imagine. Woo! Golly, look at that core.
I don't even want to come over there.
I mean, you just never know what you're going to get. You know, you get a good magnet, you can clean the magnet up, have a spare magnet out of that pan there. Have our filter.
It's got a lot of metal in there.
Looks pretty nice. That'll be some good hot oil to burn in the oil burner out there. Hopefully I didn't tear down a core that was just destroyed. I probably did. I hate that. But we need all the small stuff, the parts out of it what we can save anyway. Get our PWM solenoid off. You have to get this solenoid off here to get to your lockup solenoid bolt here because it covers it. The rest of the solenoids you can physically leave on. Now this is a later one I talked about in an earlier video. The version has a connector on the side of the pressure control solenoid, where the early version has it on the back side here.
Yeah, but that stuff come off, it just didn't break.
No, it's good. It hasn't. Crazy. It looks like it's been hot, but that other one, 240,000 miles on it, probably built twice, or built once anyway. I did determine it's been out, so, and they did use the original harness, so they didn't change nothing. You know, if you're going to use the harness, you have no fluid in your connector, you can cut this lockup solenoid off and put a new one on here. They make a fits-all that'll go right on there. So that's what we do. Got your detent spring there. I do like the air over the electric compared to speed. These just, see the whole bolt comes out coasting. For the electric, you got to keep it powered up for the socket to keep turning. Now you notice on this pillow switch here, compared to our other video, this pillow switch has a cover that covers all the connections on the inside. All it shows is the switches. There's no trash can settle down in here and short it out or anything like that. It doesn't show to have any water. If there's water in it, normally the gasket will be stuck to the plate. But if you come here and look here, we have another check ball beat into the bow body plate like the other one did. We're going to get this apart and find out where all of our metal and stuff is coming from, and it's probably going to be that area. On our 1-2 accumulator here, a lot of them come with plastic. We always go back with the aluminum one. The aluminum one, what I like about the aluminum one is the shank that the piston slides up and down on the pin right here is taller. You get a lot more support out of that right there. And what happens is, of course this one did it right here. If you notice, the piston's cracked where it slides up and down the pin. See? So they give you a lot longer stem here, keeps the piston from wobbling, more stable as it goes up and down, leaks less fluid around the pin, put a seal on there, keeps it nice and tight. So this will crack right here, start wearing, and next thing you know, you got a lot of fluid leaking around this pin right here, causes flares, slippage, all kinds of crazy stuff. Of course, you always want to Scotch-Brite this up and look for any wear where the piston physically started touching this right here and rubbing on the side of it. When this piston goes up and down in there, it physically does not touch the outer part of that. It just slides up and down. It doesn't touch. Once this pin area wears, then the piston moves over and starts rubbing on the side. So that's something you want to look for. Now we do have a square hole here. You remember our other tranny was a round hole. Just remember, if it's a square hole gasket on both sides. Just look here, VB, valve body. In the center here it says case for your bottom gasket. There's so much trash on it right there. Case, yeah. CC, let's see. I want to talk about these little holes here too. I noticed we were seeing some things on this stuff here. These solenoid feed holes right here, you want to make sure that they're not plugged. You can see this one here where the machine made the hole. It almost squeezed it shut. You look at this one here, it's perfectly round where the machine didn't hit the plate. So you want to make sure that these holes are cleaned out. Get a drill bit about the same size as this hole and just clean them up. You can make them a little bit bigger, maybe 10 thousandths or something. That way it feeds the solenoid a lot better. Have our accumulator piston here. Now this is the one that we always block. We double stack it. Make it when we put the second one in, we just want it flush. Oops, just ought to take that tin off there. Just remember to push your parking lever down. Turn your output shaft, that way that slides down, excuse me, and then you can get in there and get to that bolt. You'll have to do the same thing installing it. If not, the bolt will start crooked and it'll be cross-threaded. Well, in our first video, we only had 2 puppies over here. Our second video, we had 3. And on our third one, we just got Annie. My daughter got all her puppies back yesterday. So we're actually going to be keeping them while they go on their honeymoon next week. Yeah. They're going to be getting married this week. And this is that little tab I showed you here on the later versions. Your early 700s and stuff do not have this tab. This gasket will retrofit all the way back in the early 700s, but you do not want to use that early 700 in a late 4L60E 65. Okay? Do not want to do that. Yeah, we didn't. Looks like we're kind of scarred up right through here.
Oh yeah.
Right through here a little bit. So the stator's not any good. Look down in here for any wear too. Because you can press, if the body's bad, you can press this stator out and use it in another pump. So 13 vein. Of course, you look on here. Why are you acting funny, Annie? What's the matter with you? Do you see something? There's been a lizard running around in the shop, so she might see something under there and freaking out. She's looking under the bench for some reason.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I don't know what she's doing. Now we do have a cone slide spring right here. It does not have a center spring in it. These will retrofit back all the way forwards and backwards. You can put the dual spring one forwards and backwards too, but that's the difference, it's coned. That's probably one of the best pump slides I've seen in a long time coming out of a tranny that's that trashed. I say you really can't tell. It looks good. Can't feel anything on the pump body. Got our little pump slide pin and spring. Spring goes down there first, and your pump pivot pin. See that wear right there, starting to wear right there on that one side. See it? Mm-hmm. Nothing on that side, looks brand new. So it looks like we got a good pump body out of here. Anything's a plus. Because on cores, you just never know what you're getting. I always like to take a screwdriver and knock the band loose from its anchor right there. That way you can pull that drum right out. Of course the band's cooked, just a narrow band. The drum's really heavy stained, but what we would do is put a straight edge across this and make sure it's not dipped. Even just because it's stained don't mean it's bad. If it's dipped, it's bad. Also want to make sure these fingers ain't flared out, because a lot of these drums, these fingers will flare out right here and physically start cutting the case. Steels are gone, clutches are gone. Got a good bevel plate there. That's about it on that part of it. Drum looks good here where the reverse clutches slide onto. A lot of times we see wear here. And look at these clutches here, Teresa. You can see how much the fingers are almost wore off. 1/8 of an inch of them are totally gone. See that? Get this out of there, maybe you can see it better.
Don't cut your fingers.
Get that apart there. Of course, we have our load springs. They actually look like they're standing pretty tall out of the housing there. Look all about standing the same height. But definitely the clutch is gone. Nothing left. Yeah, this tranny's been into before. Definitely been into before. Now, a lot of metal in this drum. Let me tell you, a lot of metal in here. Something's going on down in there, I believe. We have our coast clutch here. We have our forward clutches here. Now we should get some things out of here, some good steels and stuff there. Check your bearing here, your spacer. This is selective right here. This is how you set your clearance up. And I did my good clean rag.
We have those?
Yeah, we have them somewhere. Trying to see what number's on this one. 89 or whatever. I can't see that very good. Can you see?
69.
69.
Mm-hmm.
How about a 90? Does that look better? Nope.
Or it's still 69.
69. Just checking. Just checking.
It doesn't matter which way you put it.
Yeah. Now this drum could still be used. Clean it up good. The fingers look good here where your 3/4 clutch snap ring goes in. Doesn't look any busted or anything. Just nasty, nasty. No wear here where the reverse clutch splines onto. So you've got a good drum. See if our forward Sprag assembly is any good. I was talking about how these have really bad problems wearing on this hub right here. You can see there how it wears all the way around. And what happens is this brass washer right here starts wearing. It cuts into there right there. The bottom one never wears. This one will always look brand new. But your new Sprag assembly will have different style ends on it. So this gear will come out of here. You can take your hammer or just and it will actually pop right out. Usually you can just kind of take and tap that in there like that, and that gear comes out. It's got little locks right here that hold it on. If you want to look at this gear, actually we got a tooth busted off right there. Actually a few more busted off right there. There, oh, big old chunk
yeah,
right
big
there.
old chunk there.
So that's pretty much trash. the outer race, we can Scotch-Brite it up, look for any chatter marks or anything like that, save that piece if it's good. Same way here, check this for any chatter marks. If there's no chatter marks, we can Scotch-Brite that up and put another gear on there. So, let's get down in here and see what type of culprit we have that's tore up. We have our band anchor. Well, you can see something's going on down in here, Teresa. See how that upper planet, something's been rubbing on it?
Down in there too.
If you notice, this piece right here is messed up. This piece here has been physically rubbing on there, and it shouldn't ever touch it. So we've got a problem way down in here. Let's see if I can get this snap ring out real quick.
I see something broken down in there.
I think so.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. This could be a chore. Let me see. If I can get in here, put my glasses on. What happened is the bearing went bad down in here. And it's got the splines all messed up to get this planet out of there. So I'm physically going to have to try to beat that output shaft out the back side of it. And see if I can do that real quick. Okay, I didn't get it all out yet, but it ended up totally cutting the end off of the planet.
God, look at those gears right there though too, how chewed up those are.
Oh yeah, really bad, I'd say so. And that's this bearing went bad down in here, and that's where that gear runs. So once the rollers started falling out of the bearing, the gears just started running them over. So the piece of the planet is physically still down in here. It hasn't moved none. And I mean none. It hasn't moved any. So let me see if I can get it to hit on it some more real quick and see if it gets moved. And it ain't doing very good at all. It ain't moved none.
I mean, do you want me to hold that?
Let me do something different here.
You're not going to like this, young lady.
Yeah, Annie, you might have to.
That's why she's standing over here.
Because of the noise.
Yeah, because of the noise. Yeah.
Throw some rags down here. But if you look in here, you can see this piece right here is part of the planet. That shaft has got to go down out of that piece there so I can get to the rest of the tranny apart. So it's actually moving. Just fell out the bottom. So what we'll do is pick this back up, set that there, pull that out, move this back out of the way. Excuse me, Annie. There we go. Okay. Let's get this pieces here out. There we go. This piece here actually used to be made onto that planet. Then your snap ring goes in here onto the shaft here and then holds everything back together. So far the core ain't looking too good, guys. Looking a little shady. Now we do always update this part right here to a roller bearing style like we did on our earlier video. Even though you have a roller bearing hub, you always want to check it because these are bad about stripping right here. So once you take these, very seldom ever see wear. except when the bearings fall out of the rollers fall out of the bearing, and like I said, this planet just starts running them over and just destroying it.
It is chewed up.
It's totally chewed up. But you can see here too, the hub is starting to strip. So nothing but junk there. Got a sun gear shell here that's not, it's factory, it's not hardened or anything like that, just a cheapo. You know, on these cores, when you buy them, they don't guarantee nothing. You know, they just sell them to you and then run. Basically, huh, Tracy? So we'll put this shaft back in here, like that, and then we'll take and kind of tap it. It's got some rollers in there. Yeah, Danny, I'm going to drop this.
Come here, Danny.
There we go, just like that.
You're just being so noisy.
Huh?
You're just being so noisy. A lot of stuff fell out of there.
I'm telling you. You know, what's crazy is that none of it looks like it made it to the back here. Low reverse clutches are still all intact. Let's check this planet out and see if it has a good little life left to it. Look at that, nice and smooth. So the bearing down in here, you'll clean it up, plan it up, and you'll put the sun gear back in there and you'll put some force on it and turn it and see if you feel anything crazy. If you don't feel anything crazy, the planet's going to be good. Gears are nice and tight. Check your ring gear. See if it started getting stuff down in there. Now it's just grease and dirt, trash. Ring gear actually looks good too. Do a race here. Let's see if it looks good. Looks like we can Scotch-Brite that up. No chatter marks or anything. So once I get it cleaned up, inspect things a lot better. I find a lot of stuff that I missed in the videos, so it's just hard to catch it all without physically cleaning it all up. But our culprit was that bearing going bad in this forward planet right here, and just trashed it, sent all the metal through the filter and stuff like that, and it just wasn't going to be saved. I bet it was noisy in first gear. I bet it was really noisy.
I bet it was.
Well, everybody, we want to thank you guys for watching our videos, hanging out with me and Teresa and Annie every time, huh, Annie? She's just so sweet, guys. If you ever met her, you would go, oh my gosh, she is one of the most precious puppies you've ever seen. She's just really, really good. Well, Teresa, we want to thank you for recording. Without you, we could never get it done. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, push your notification bell, because I think I got like 20 of these to go. So, y'all stay tuned. Have a great day.